So this one delivers on verdict. So I think the traditional Tamax way, I've not found it very convenient. So I do think, I think I'm satisfied with so far what I've achieved for this one here. It has, it has installed. It is installed. I think I'm satisfied with what I've seen so far. It has successfully compiled. So this is poor man's, what is it? A poor man's compute node, or it is putting resources that would otherwise have headed over to recycling plants or recycling places, of which in Africa actually we don't have those. And in fact, everyone is working very hard to dump their electronic waste in Africa and a couple of other countries. But yeah, the resurgence in interest in rare earth metals is perhaps going to change that. And so people will begin to see more of their waste being recycled to extract the gold and the rare earth metals. China is not doing the world a favor. It's not doing the world a favor. Yeah, but so basically I do now have a server which has 500 GB storage, 8 GB of RAM, and uses little electricity compared to a traditional server rack. All right, so no cooling. So all that you need to do with such a system is to implement a script that that will save the battery. Okay, because often the trouble with this kind of systems is that the batteries, this one here, they, which is a low cost UPS by the way, so in case power goes off, the server does not go offline immediately. So I'm going to think of ways of having also another UPS of sort, maybe batteries connected to it. But one of the important things everywhere that I've read is that you have to limit the charging to say 60%, between 50 to 60%, to prolong the life of the battery, so that you don't have the battery that gets swollen and then you have problems with that. Now I'm going to run a couple of applications on this, a number of websites, I think maybe like 5 of them, and then I'll begin monitoring the performance of this thing. If it is indeed turns out to be an alternative to maybe just hosting a website, this could be better.